Very good everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight will take us back to the PMDG 737-700 for a short city hop from Hamburg, Germany to Eindhoven in the Netherlands. We'll be using the Ryanair livery, real world time and real world weather, and the Aerosoft simple traffic tool and GSX. So speaking of the weather, we're calling this stream today a rainy Tuesday, because it looks like the weather throughout Western Europe today is quite poor. It's lots of rain, as you can see. The park here, I believe it's stand 2. Not quite sure. The jetway, I tried to get the jetway to work, but it doesn't want to work. So that means that the passengers will basically get wet passengers on board. I guess we'll have to make do. So we could do one thing. We're now inside on the flight deck. We could just mute the microphone and just sit here and listen to the sound. So now, let us take a minute of silence for all the raindrops that have fallen. So if you are not totally understimulated by now, then I don't know what. Alright then, let's get into action. So, it's nice and cozy, if you like this kind of thing, and I do. Especially in a simulator, but sure, okay. So, passenger entry method jetway. I'm going to change that back to... wait, can we actually request release via this? No, I don't think the jetway wants to. So, stairs, okay. Alright, so we have the external power connect. So let's power up this baby. I can't see where the battery is. Here's the battery. Let's first get some light. And we turn on the external power. Got some overhead panel lights going. And then our local lights, they can be turned on. And the anti-collision lights. So it's a totally different atmosphere. Now the aircraft systems are powering up. But still, it's cozy. And if we want even more cozy, we can just go here and look out the window like this. So EasyJet to the right of us, Turkish Airlines to the left of us, and the rain is all around. Alright, let's get back in. So we're looking at an en route flight time of about 1 hour, but it's not a very long flight. The system should be starting up. I did have a problem when I loaded into the simulator. Hopefully this is not a different problem. The EFB did not want to load. It just kept on loading. But there we go. Just was a bit scared. Let's actually get some more panel lights here as well, so we can sort of see what we're doing. I got one here for the center pedestal as well. not so sure actually what our location is on the airport, so we'll just use GSX for that. Gate 2 Bravo. Shall we request boarding? Why not? Requesting boarding. So Gate 2 Bravo, I'm not sure if it will be recognized, always the question. It is saying not in database. So look here. Sometimes there's like a different name, and you can see on this chart. And not really. 02 Alpha, 02 and 02 Bravo. I don't know, maybe it's the format 02 Bravo. We could give that a shot. And that likes it. Okay, cool. So we can copy that. That's our IRS position. Or yeah, show reference system. Okay. Attach pushback dog. No. No jetway dock. You will not see passengers visually. Okay. But we do hear them.
Good evening.
Okay, we request our flight plan. Simreef, Echo Delta Delta Hotel, Echo Hotel, Echo Hotel. That is ours. Cost index 13. Initial altitude flight level 320. We have reserves 2.2, block fuel 5.2. Let's check Mr. OFP. Or Mrs. OFP actually, I'm not sure how they identify. Cost index 13, 320, and then we got for the fuel 5.1 or 5.2 fuel and 2.2 or 2.3. Well, that should be good. And cost index 13, so we set the payload and we set the fuel. And then we select the route. So what is the pressure here? So the airport information for Hamburg. 190 at 9 knots, 10 miles. Scattered clouds 3,300, 15 degrees. I'm not sure this SHRA is shower and rain. RE, I don't know. Resistance, I don't know. But we can see outside it's a pretty wet day. The QNH is 1012. And as you know, whenever it's cloudy, the Microsoft Flight Simulator just totally makes these screens extremely bright. So this is a little bit better. Okay, so we load the route now, but it's uploading. That means our altitude is basically sea level, so we can keep that. Okay, so we activate our route and we execute. Now go to legs page. We have the route. There's 2 pages, not too big. Departure and arrival. So departure. Go back to the OFP. And where is it? There you go. So it's a direct. We do not have a departure. We have a departure runway 23. So departure runway 23, and there's no SID. So we just do execute. And then for the arrival, Eindhoven, that would be ILS Zulu 21. What will be our arrival? The ROTEK 3 Echo. So ROTEK 3 Echo, no transition, and we just execute. So now we should have the entire route in here, and there might be like a little discontinuity there at EHEH. We'll look at that after takeoff. So back in the RAF, so we got the route, got a fuel weight. So let's check our OFP again. So we have cost index 13, cruising 320, and the wind will be for us 264,057. It's been a while since I set it up in the Boeing. So 5.2 for our block fuel, and the reserves I believe was 2.2. cost index 13, and cruising altitude 320. And the wind, I believe, was 264,057. 057. Transition altitude 5,000 feet. I believe that immediately for Germany. Well, actually, that probably will not be on this chart, but I'm good. 5,000 feet, that's okay. Execute. And one limit. So performance tool. Runway 23. Calculate, and we got to take off one at 48 degrees. Take off one to your right, 48 degrees. Should give us 87.7, and we got 87. Not quite the same. Trim will be 6.65, V1 132, V ROTEK 133, V2 136. And flaps 1. Take off, so flaps 1 we put here. The trim will be 6.66. And the runway remaining 106. One 133, 136. So that's that completes the setup here of the SMC. So a couple of other things. The aircraft still trying to find its location, I think. We should be able to see that up here. One more minute. So let's start up the APU. And I guess we can also fasten the seat belts. But let's check our fuel. We got 5.2. So the APU should start up now. Let's open the fuel pumps and the yaw damp. Let's maybe wait 1 second to the yaw damp. Okay, so we should have signal soon. Basically within 1 minute. Let's set up the mode control panel. There you go, there's our signal. So cruising to, or climbing to 320. Look at that, boarding completed. Oops, I hit the button here. Okay, yaw damper can come back on. APU's done, so let's turn on the APU bleed, and then we can turn off the external power. But we will need to turn on the APU generators, that's my bad. Cruising 320. Am I forgetting anything? To the ground power, let's disconnect the ground power. Release ground power. And I believe we're pretty much set up. So we're parked here at 2, and where is our runway? I have no idea. Let's use this view. 2-3. Also, that's quite close by, so we just push back, nose to the left, and then we, I don't know, they put it on Zulu 1, orange or something, and go Alpha 1, and that's our runway. Just to double check, we're actually using the correct runway. 2-3, okay. Then, okay, and we have a direct 2 after takeoff. Let's request pushback. Turn on traffic. Oh, they want us to close some doors. Yeah, so let's set our parking brake.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And that door is still open. We'll remove chocks. That should just get rid of everything. Come on, door, you can do it. Okay, door management. Well, it's still not doing anything. Okay, close all.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
It doesn't reopen automatically, hopefully, as it often does. No, stays closed. So push back the nose to the left.
Locking gear.
So rushing a little bit. Actually, there is no need to, but I don't know, just doing it even though there is no need. Flight directors on both sides. Lateral navigation doesn't want. Vertical navigation, it does. So we'll just use the runway heading, I think, to start with. Runway 23, that would be 226 degrees. Nose to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
In a second. Was that 226?
Release parking brakes, please.
I got it, partner. Parking brake release.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
That's squawk
Start
code.
at will.
Alright, so we can start our engines. I think we should be able to do that. Engine number 2. And add the fuel. We'll set our trim, 6.66. Something like that, 6 2/3. Settle the orange line for us, what it looks like. There's no LNAV, so we just use heading select to start with. And just to confirm the runway heading, 226 degrees. But we should also be able to see that in our flight plan. Let's get rid of this message here. 132, 133, 136.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good
Parking
engine
brake
start.
Okay, let's check. Okay, engine number 1. We got the N2 running. 10%. And we add the fuel. So let's see the plan page, so our departure. Yeah, so we'll just do a direct to BASUM basically. EGT is still rising on engine number 1 and now it's dropping. We have 2 running engines, so let's confirm.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, so the nose is being lowered. I'm not sure if we should actually take off with the anti-ice on. Maybe looking at the weather. I'm not sure what the rules are. But this definitely looks wet and cold when you're flying through it with an airplane. Okay, so
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
okay, cool. Stand by 1 second. Oh, look at that air show there. Look at that. Just looks like you're at some air show. Okay, so let's get into character. So we should have turned on the main generators, and we can turn off the APU. Flight controls. Go flaps 5. That's the wrong one. And I think we're pretty good, not really sure. Okay, so let's see, verify takeoff speed. Do that real quick before we go. And one limit 132. Rotate 133 knots, V2 136. I forgot what the flight controls was for. Maybe we'll need to do this one. And flaps are at 5. Not yet. But I believe it was something else. Let's see, what was that? APU bleed should be turned off. And from now, for taxiing, we'll just turn the packs on. Still not happy. I'm not really sure what's going on. Could choose heading select now, but that should not make any kind of difference really. The aircraft should fly anyway. I forgot what it was, man. What shall we do? We go to take the chance. We have set on trim, flaps. We can go TARA on our CCAS. Let's turn on the non-return off lights and the taxi lights. We turn off the dome lights for a bit. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what the issue is. I guess we'll find out the hard way. So basically taxi really simple, there's an runway. We just go straight ahead. Let me just double check that I'm not talking any nonsense here. And I'm not. So parking brake released. You may release any moment now, that would greatly help the timing of this stream. No, you don't like to? No. It does not want to disengage the parking brake. I don't know why. Then the flaps start to move. Okay, there it goes. So flaps back to 5. I mean, I'm correct, right? It was a flap 5 takeoff. Let me just double check now, for sanity's sake. Flaps 1, yeah. I guess I'm confused. thinking of the 777. The flaps 1 was already good to begin with, I guess. This is probably not solved, but what I said, we'll find out the hard way. I think everything else should be fine. We can have a look at our little checklist here. Flaps should be green light, stabilizer trim units, and then after takeoff checklist. So I say we just go. We have flaps 1, auto thrusters, armed, flight director on both sides. Parking brake was released, so let's go. I guess it's time to look in front. Yeah, so not quite sure what the problem is. Flight control. And I know that I had it before and I looked it up. And apparently I forgot. Okay, parking brake set, I think. It was a weird thing. Camera crew, prepare for takeoff. So yeah, I think we'll find out shortly what the problem is with that flight control warning light there. I can't get over it. Okay, let's turn on the landing lights and we get onto the runway. Here is our runway. We turn off the packs. Start the timer. Take off thrust. Oh, 50% first. And then take off thrust. And let's get this baby to Eindhoven. Let's fly through rainy Europe.
Airspeed alive.
And that's the fun thing with real world time, real world weather, you know.
E1. Rotate.
Rotate. Anti-stick warning.
Positive rate of climb.
That's not nice. Okay, gear up. Beautiful sight, man. Let's turn on the autopilot. So when we turn off lights, taxi lights can be turned off. And we should turn on the packs now. Oh, I hate losing this time, man. Look at that. There you go. That's looking cool. Let's get back to the flight deck. We can have some working lights now. Do we have storm light in this one? I believe he just put it on bright. There. Flight control warning still going at it. Okay, so we're now doing heading 226, that's the runway heading. Can we do now LNAV? Yes, so we can now start turning towards BASUM, our first waypoint. So the after takeoff checklist, let's have a look. Engine bleeds to on, packs to auto. Engine bleeds are on, and the packs, we just put them on auto. We can check that. Landing gear up and off, it's up but not off. To put it off, you just put it in the middle there. And then the flaps should be up and no lights. And I don't think the flaps are up, so let's quickly do that. And we're passing 6,000, so let's go standard barometric pressure. And that's basically our after takeoff checklist completed. We can turn off the auto brake now. I can't stand that flight control thingy, man. But that's the after takeoff checklist, so we can get rid of that. Look, there's some blue skies above us. We're going there, and we'll see the sunset. Okay, I am going to turn on the anti-icing, because otherwise I'm getting a little bit scared. You can notice immediately the engine's performance becoming a little bit less when you do that. So that's why they're off during takeoff, I guess, you know. To have the most efficiency from your engines, in case you'll need it. I mean, you could also take off with one engine, you know. It's not the end of the world, but okay, 10,000 feet, the nose has dropped. So we'll turn off the landing lights. This one. Let's also release the passengers. And let's have a look at the progress page. So our estimated time of arrival 1958. And the time now 1915. So we'll be arriving in about 45 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard. You may now start the roaming around free if you want. We have released you, so the seatbelt sign has been turned off. We'll be cruising now to altitude of 32,000 feet, and we'll be arriving at Eindhoven Airport in about 45 minutes. So you got like 15 minutes of playtime, and then we'll strap you back in. In the meantime, just enjoy, just don't open the doors, keep the windows closed and keep your hands inside and don't feed the animals. Okay, so on behalf of Ryanair and the entire crew, thank you for your attention. Okay, do you think they bought that? So 13,000 feet, let's have a look outside. But the weather is going up high, man. We should have a weather radar. So I don't think I've ever used it really in the 737. Let's have a look. There you go. There's our weather. Okay, that's maybe we'll just put that up on the second navigational display and not on ours. Weather, and we'll disable it here so we can actually have a look at our flight plan. Maybe we can zoom out now actually. Is there a way to like make this less intense? Is that like the gain function? This one? Maybe. Not really sure. I'll have to read into that. Or read up on that, I guess I should say. That looks a little bit better, I guess. But now it's all green. But we're also still obviously climbing. Yeah, that's interesting. But let's turn it off on our side for now. And we just focus on flying, basically on navigating. There's our top of descent already. And top of climb is coming up. So we do need to prepare. Just 1 second. Oh, look at that outside. That's so pretty. Alright. It's a very nice sight, look at that. And the wing view is also pretty nice. I'm liking it. Right, let's go back to the flight deck. 20,000 feet. Because we will need to do some things before we land. We know that we will be landing at runway 21. That's all here. Let's have a look at all the charts. And we get the charts for Eindhoven, for ILS Zulu, runway 21. So runway 21, ILS Zulu or localizer. To have, that will be it. So we'll be arriving ROTEK, and that will take you to the initial approach fix EHEH. And let's have a look at the final approach chart. What can we expect? So I'm not sure EHEH is on here, so that's always a little bit interesting. Have a look now at our flight plan and then we'll see everything. So very short, so ROTEK, EHEH, and then Charlie Foxtrot 21, final 621. So if we now pull up our plan page, then we can actually do something here. So we're now centered on the center fix, so we need to go back one page. So we're coming then from SUVOX to PISAP, ROTEK, and from ROTEK to, yeah, so EHEH is not really going to work. Can we take it up? That would be nice. Looks like it. Let's execute. And then what were we looking at? So SUVOX, PISAP, ROTEK, and then there's nothing. Now we zoom out. And I guess that's looking a little bit better. So basically we could vector ourselves, or we could say ROTEX. So let's say 270, yeah, maybe 270, 280, 285. And for about, can we try 20 miles? So let's see if we can do what we did yesterday. So we select ROTEK, so it will come here. And the heading 285, so we put in the heading 285. And then we do the forward slash. And then the forward slash will be the distance. So for instance, 20 nautical miles, 20. And that should give a line from here to a new waypoint that will be a custom waypoint based on ROTEK. So let's click there. And it's working out nicely. It's a little overshooting actually. So maybe we could say 18 nautical miles. So let's erase. And we go again. So ROTEK. You can also type in ROTEK, but it's in the Boeing it's easy. You can just click it and it will just, oh shit, erase. Sorry. So ROTEK. So the heading was 285. I think that's okay. And let's say 18 nautical miles. I put that here. And that looks more in line with the center line. If you want to nerd out even more, we can, and we will. So for now, let's do erase. And then we'll do something else. We go to the fix page. We copy runway 21, and we go to our fix page. And we just paste it here. And now there is a fix around our runway. Okay, so now we want the radio, let's see. .033. And distance, we'll check here on the chart. .7 or 6.1 from Echo Hotel Oscar. 6.1. So we're almost at 32,000 feet, so 6.1. So when we do this, there will be a little circle there, but we also will have the center line. And that will greatly help us if we try to make the new ROTEK waypoint again. So let's quickly also do 15 nautical miles, and then we'll set the new waypoint there, the custom waypoint. So 15 nautical miles from the runway. So we have two circles. So now let's create that new waypoint. So we go to the legs page, and we find ROTEK, and we click it, so it copies, and then we put in the heading. You just keep typing basically, so 285 degrees, and then you do a forward slash. In our case, let's say 18 nautical miles, and then we click that. It's right there on the line. Could maybe even just go with 17, and that's what I'll do. So erase ROTEK 285, and then forward slash 17. I think that's a little bit better. So let's keep that. And then the next one we just put there and we execute, and everything is looking all dandy. So we have to be zoomed in a little bit more and then just go a step. So ROTEK to our new waypoint. And as you can see, that's lining up very nicely. So my ego was shaking its tail now. Yeah, that looks cool. It's nice. I'm happy about that. We have a little bit more space. Alright? So that's basically the equivalent of air traffic control, sort of like vectoring you, but then assuming that they would vector us from ROTEK to that waypoint there. But this will get us lined up. So that's one thing. We got the 15 nautical mile range link, and we have the range link around the point where or actually starting at the point where the glide slope will take us down, and that will happen at an altitude of 2,000 feet. We will need to set the localizers and the final approach course manually in the 737. We don't need that screen here. Let's go back to the map and let's see where the top of descent is, because the top of descent should actually be quite close. Top of descent 49 miles. So before we do anything, let's just dial in 2,000 feet. So the moment we fly over that point, we will actually start descending automatically, so we don't forget. So I think first things first, Arkady, just press and hold it, man. Although it's nice to lose a little bit of finger energy there. 2,000 feet. Totally forgot what we were doing. Basically we're setting up for our arrival, so we need to enter some information. We need to enter the localizer, 109.75. 109.75. 109.75. Stop check. 109.75. Final approach course 213. So up here the weather is nice, look at that. But poor Europeans, man. Oh well, it's a first world problem, I know. 213, I'll also put it in the course box on the right side. Okay, and then especially during this type of weather, I guess the decision altitude is quite important. 200 feet, let's say here, radio altitude. So put this on radio, if I can find the proper spot to click. There you go, radio, and then 200 feet. So if we do not see the runway when we're on final approach, we do not see the runway visually with our eyes, at 200 feet we should perform a go around, which I will definitely not do. 200 feet radio altitude set. What else do we need? Let's see the descent checklist. Pressurization, then landing altitude. So what is our runway? Airport elevation is 67, 74. So we can put it on 50, that's the nearest one, or maybe 100. Let's do 50. And actually we can turn off the anti-ice now. Recall, well, we checked the recall and we have no clue, I have no clue at least. If you have any ideas, let me know. What the flight control there, what it's about. I don't think it's the pressurization. Whoops, there was a bit of a lag there. Well, I think we're starting to descend now. I know, it sounded like the engines were doing something. If you bleed is off, I have no clue. But it doesn't matter, it's like... So, no, top of descent is over there. back inside. So top of descent coming up shortly, 22 miles. So recall, well, we have checked, it's fine. Auto brake, we can set auto brake, let's go 2. The runway is probably quite wet there. Landing data VREF and minimums, so we have our 109.75 and we have our final approach course 213. Our minimums are 200 feet radio altitude. Let's get the yoke out of the way. But we do need our final ref speed, for the final approach speed. So we're going to do flat 40 degrees landing. That will give us a ref speed of 130 knots. Then we add 5, we got 135. I believe this in the Boeing 737. Yes, it puts it immediately at the runway 135 knots, also at the final fix. So that's good. Top of descent coming up in about 17 miles. Then what else on our checklist? Let's see. So landing data, VLAS minimums, approach briefing, well, that's been completed as well. And then the altimeters, we will change altimeters to local static at the transition altitude. That's 3,000 feet. It's quite low to the ground. It's like 1 kilometer. So the weather, we will need the proper QNH. Quite windy. Wind coming from 2 to 0 degrees at 17 knots, so that's already quite strong winds. And then they have gusts 27 knots. Fortunately for us, we do have a lot of headwind, so there's not a lot of crosswind at these crazy speeds. So that's a good thing, I guess. But it is varying from direction 190 to 260. So there's definitely some area there that could affect it a little bit, but not too much. 6,000 meters, I believe, visibility. I think there is all rain. Few clouds at 300, that's basically fog. Scattered at 1100 feet, broken at 1300 feet, and then temperature 16, dew point 15, QNH 1012, same as what we left with. I'm not sure what the GRN, temporary something, I don't know. But this is for now, for us, the most important. And 1012, and I believe that's actually what we have. Let's quickly switch over. That's a 013, okay, that doesn't matter. Can we pre-dial? Yes, we can pre-dial. 1012. Right, top of descent coming up, and our descent checklist has been completed. So we have also set the landing altitude. We have the altimeters standby, but we only switch over at 3,000 feet. So now basically what we'll do is monitor our position and our speed, so that we do not go down too fast and too involuntarily. You know, we want to have some degree of voluntary action, preferably in our flights. I don't know how other people see that, but to me usually that's, you know, kind of a big deal, you know. But you know, that's what she said. Well, you know, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? I'm quite a big deal. Although, well, that's what she said. Well, what can I tell you? I am quite a big deal. Or so she said. Or so she said. Well, we're not going there, man. Okay. Top of descent. The aircraft starting to descend now. Look at that. Golden hour. But let's get ready for some moisture, because we're going down into some nasty weather, I think. Actually, this one's not showing anything. Why not? head. Maybe it should look down a little bit more. So gain, tilt. So we tilt it down. Tilt it down like 5 degrees. Then probably we should get some precipitation there. So it's really easy to sort of think of these things as clouds, you know, because of their shape, I guess. But it's really not showing you clouds, it's showing you what's inside the clouds, basically. So SUVOX in 9.7 miles, speed 253, flight level 253. So our speed is okay. And there's hardly no vertical deviation, with, if anything, a little bit low. So we're just going to keep on going like this. Let's see the progress page. 1958. Time is 37. So about 21 minutes. So let's strap in the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck again, this is your captain speaking. We have started our descent. As you may have noticed, please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt securely. And we will be expected to arrive at our destination, Eindhoven Airport, in about 20 to 21 minutes. Please bear in mind there is quite a windy day and a very rainy day at Eindhoven Airport. It's 16 degrees. And if you just listen to what we tell you, everything should be fine, okay? So, with that, on behalf of Ryanair and the entire crew, thank you for your attention. Okay, I think the first one went a little bit better. But well. Wait, we can get the navigational display here as well. Look at that. I don't think I've ever really used it. Because I know this function, there's 3 buttons here in the 777, and then you have this really big screen here, but for flight planning this is actually amazing. It's really cool, and I don't think I've really tried it before, but I am going to change it back because I like this one, so well, there's nothing on there now. Yeah, I broke it, man. Navigational display cancer, and maybe some other buttons down here, I think, or is that not in this aircraft? Maybe not. I can't stand that there's nothing on here now, man. But anyway, looks a nice cloud until we fly through them. So we are on our way to Turok. So we're basically there, and then we'll carry on to PISAP. No, wait, let's go to the next page. Turok, yes, PISAP. You could actually see it here as well. And then ROTEK, and then our own waypoint of view, the custom waypoint that we made. Let me see if Sky Dolly is recording, if that is recording. So while we're descending, see everything's looking okay. I'm gonna quickly get a fresh new drink. So let's have a look out the window, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have a new drink. So let's further prepare for our landing. 18,000 feet. ROTEK first PISAP, but we're basically here, like a half a mile. Then ROTEK's in our new waypoint, the custom waypoint. And then we should already be pretty much there, 17,000. Let's keep on descending. We're still descending at a good rate. If we go to the descent page, we should be able to see vertical deviation. And it's 27, 31 low, but that's nothing. Speed not very good. Back to the legs page. Let's quickly check. Speed 130, so 135 for the final approach speed. I'm loving these colors, man. Still just a little bit low. As usual, I prefer to be a little bit low actually. The menu F and C, and we'll put this one here so we can monitor 54 feet there low as well. So weather-wise, well, actually we're going into those clouds. For sure. So let's turn on the anti-ice. Wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice. That's a cool picture. Let's get a nice angle on this one. Whoa. At least we got the first one. Being a tourist, my own simulator. feet. Just still ever so slightly low. I'm missing something here, man. There should be some engine information, I believe. You're just switching around. Hello, David. How are you doing? Nice of you to say hi, man. Hope you're doing well. 12,000 feet. You're doing a flight from Manchester to New York. Oh, cool. Right now. That's so nice. How's that going? And what type of airplane are you using? Let's get back to the flight deck. I'm 5 hours 41 minutes in. I have about 40 minutes remaining. Oh, that's so nice. So you're almost at top of descent in about 10 minutes or so. It's a busy airspace, man, New York City. So 10,000 feet. Let's turn on the landing lights. I recently discovered that we have this one button to turn them all on. I have been like zooming in and out like an idiot, really. The engines, we can put the continuous relight on there. Using the Virgin Atlantic Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Nice. I've never flown that one. I don't have it. I have like the medium flight simulator. But I would be interested in flying that. For sure. Cool, man. Hope you have a good landing. And are you streaming as well, David? Or recording it or in any way, then maybe I can have a look as well. Maybe during when I'm doing a long haul flight. So we're below 10,000 feet. It's a beautiful sight, man. So what are we looking at here? Let's turn off the weather now. I think everything will be fine. So here's our custom waypoints off of ROTEK. We're 9,000. To me it looks like we're high, but I guess we're not. Thank you, David. We're having quite strong headwinds, gusting up to 29, 37, 27. Let's see if there's a weather update. No, I'm not flying on VATSIM. I do sometimes, also on the channel, but not today. I do it every now and then. So we're just flying offline here. Alright, 8600. But we do use the Aerosoft Simple Traffic tool. Oh, you're not on VATSIM either? No. Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice to be on VATSIM. It's always a little bit scary for me, but you know, like in a fun kind of way. This is Flight Simulator 2020. And then it's like the medium version. I don't know how else to say it, like because like deluxe, super deluxe, you know, who keeps track of those things. So to me, it's like the medium version, the medium price one. So 7,900. 39 minutes into the flight. And we can see absolutely dick out the window. That's a good excuse to take another sip of the iced tea. Hey, cool, 2022, man. So at least when we load it to the aircraft, it's actually there. Okay, the extended runway center line coming up, and I think there's some rain. Premium Deluxe for both flight sims. 2024, don't like as much. Yeah, I've heard that it's broken for sure. I hope they fix it, but basically I guess the same was with this one, right? It does look, well, promising, you know. I mean, what do I know? I'm good on Word and on Excel, but I can't program a game, you know. But it looks really cool. But I haven't tried or anything. I've seen some videos. So where are we now? 6,000 feet. We're below the glide slope. That's good news as well. We'll be taking a left turn. Still CMD on. LNF, VNF path. So we've set everything, but I want to check our INSF page. speeds down to 129 knots for the final approach speed, so that will be 134. Let's check. That's updated as well. Yeah, I would like to have the Dreamliner as well, man, the 787. But I'm still not sure if I upgrade. I'm not sure how it works. If you upgrade, do you buy like the entire game again? I hope not, right? There should be some upgrade price. Because I might consider, but I might also look if there's maybe some other aircraft. I've spoiled myself crazy with all these payware aircraft. So I hardly ever fly any flight simulator aircraft, really, you know. But let's pay attention here for a second. We do carry, I don't know how many passengers. Let's turn on the localizer. Localizer captured. Below the glide slope, speed 236, and what are we doing? We're now descending to 2,000 feet. Speed 163, so I guess let's put in some speed brakes. And help her out a little bit. Man, this is cool, we don't see shit. Or excuse me, we don't see anything. Let's see. Hey, the yaw damper was off. I think that fixes our problem. There you go, that was the yaw damper. Okay, let's arm the approach as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have turned off the cabin lights. This is a normal procedure for nighttime operations. Thank you for your attention. Okay, so we fooled them. Okay, let's get the speed brake back in before we crash ourselves. Got this Boeing 787 Dreamliner below. Oh, cool. Thanks for the tip. I'll check that out, David. Because I would definitely, I'm also interested in the INI builds, the Airbus A350. Have you flown that? So maybe I should, I know myself, if I keep on distracting myself, it's not to be rude, but I might crash. Okay, we're captured by the glide slope. Our range is 12.9 nautical miles. That means we are now managing our own speed. Let's go flap 1. And speed 1 at 0-ish. So 12, 11.8, let's also turn on the runway turn-off lights, taxi lights, and we'll start up our APU. Oh, you're on Xbox. Oh, and that's not available. That's a shame. I hope it becomes available. There are some really nice airplanes out there. The standard pressure is almost here. Let's quickly do a weather update. See if there's a new QNH. 1727. No. So standard local pressure now 1012. Range 9.4. Good work on landing gear, okay. Yeah, I think we can arm the speed brake now. Range 8 nautical miles. Flaps 5. No, that's flaps 2. Flaps 5. Speed 160. Can you do a flight to my home airport, Newcastle? Yes, man. Absolutely, David. That sounds nice. Yeah, that sounds really nice. We're going to do that. to Newcastle. For sure. And I'm not just saying that. Let me make a reminder. There you go. Yeah, cool. I am always interested in locations, and I don't think I've really flown there, or at least not sober. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's stay focused here now. We are 5.5, let's stop the gear. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. Final approach speed, we are flaps 10, flaps 15, at speed 148. Distance 4 nautical miles. I think we should go flaps full. This is actually 25. So 154 knots. Okay, 1,000 feet. Yeah, let's try. Autopilot off. A little bit high. There's a runway. Keep her coming down. Decision altitude coming up. That will be 200 feet. Oh, we're using custom livery or custom scenery for Eindhoven Airport, by the way. To your left.
Minimums.
Continue. A little bit high.
$50, $40,
Idle.
$30,
Flare.
$20,
Step it down. Gently. Floating a little.
$10.
Well, I guess we're done. Welcome to Eindhoven, everybody, on this rainy Tuesday. Reverse it out. Sixty knots. Engine to idle, flaps up. Speed brake in. And we get ourselves off the runway. And that should be, man, it's pretty dark out here. Thank you, David. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for hanging out. And also thanks for the suggestions, Newcastle. So I hope you enjoyed the landing, everybody. Definitely did. It was an interesting approach. I was actually thinking of maybe keeping the autopilot on for a little bit longer, and I was thinking, no man, let's just try the ILS. But I must say the ILS flies a lot easier in this aircraft. I've been quite hard on myself with some other aircraft, and it's been going quite well. I'm not sure, I think this is the right turn, right? Here's a yellow light. Okay. Let's get out of this runway. Cool, once again, welcome to the city of Eindhoven. As I said, we have the custom scenery installed. Okay, the turn is a little bit wide there. Man, it's so dark in here. Oh cool, you're on descent, yes. Oh, good landings, man. And you know what is this, man? 74 gear says, keep the blue side up. I like that one. Can set the turn the auto brake to off. What's the ground speed? I think we can go a little bit fast. So that was an interesting flight. I liked the both the departure and the arrival. Super rainy. And it was nice to have like this little moment of golden hour above the clouds, where we could see the sun a little bit and the beautiful colors. And then the moment you go below it, everything is dark and ugly and depressing. It's just magical. It's so cool. And even though it's simulated, you know, it's just nice. And my brain doesn't know that it, well, if my brain likes it, it's nice, you know, so let's get all philosophical about this now. Okay, so the speed 33 is a little bit fast. First go straight, something like that, and then quickly get the chart for Eindhoven. Yep, still going straight, turn on the night mode. So we're here on Romeo. And then at Eindhoven Airport you must be mindful not to go into this area, because this is a military area. So you should actually go further. So it's a military airport basically that's just being, I guess it's hired by a commercial airline, or a commercial airline airport company. Alright, so we go right on Lima 2, and that should get us to the civil apron. And Lima 2 will be 1, 2, the second to the right. That's not straight too far from our beloved yellow line. So are there aircraft out there with yellow tires? Like these are like the taxi marathon planes, you know, they taxi so much that the tires slowly start to turn yellow from driving straight over that yellow line. That could be a funny idea if someone would like to make an aircraft livery. So that will be Lima 2 coming up. I know we should actually turn off the landing lights. So now we will have to cross the runway again. So the worst thing that can happen is there's no visibility. Worst thing that can happen is that we got run over by virtual other aircraft, and nothing will happen. You know, as I said earlier, maybe one day I actually do a scream. Just put some planes somewhere where it's raining Just go sit in the cabin, look outside the window, turn up the volume, mute the microphone, and just let it sit there for an hour or two. Just enjoying the raining sounds on the aircraft. So here's our civil apron area. We could have gone straight there, actually. Okay. Oh, let's get onto this line. Looks like a little bit to the left there, but I guess we're okay. So parking brake set. We're parked at Sierra 6. Cool. So here we are, finally. And this is the, the custom airport for Eindhoven. You can download it for free on flightsim.to. So much appreciation to whoever did this. Unfortunately, you cannot really see a lot right now because it's so dark. But they definitely made it look like the real deal. So you can immediately tell, if you know the airport like I do, you're like, yeah, absolutely, that is Eindhoven Airport. So very nice, I'm very happy with it. I use it, I load it specifically when I go do flights to or from Eindhoven. And so I'm happy with it. And that's our beautiful little chubby girl, the 737-700. Alright man, thank you very much for checking everybody. David, thank you for hanging out. And the nice chat, it's very much appreciated. I hope you have a good landing, man. And I promise I will fly to Newcastle or from Newcastle. Maybe even both, but probably not in one stream. But yeah, so thanks again, very much appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.